Hi guys, so I am probably not going to videotape me doing all of these things. So I'm just going to explain for any of the activities, and they're kind of scattered throughout his day. So I know that there's one in terms of like naming parts of things. I know there's one in his morning routine where he's naming parts of clothing. I think that he's also naming parts of furniture in there. I know that when he's doing things in the kitchen, he's naming parts of appliances and different things. So once you get your data for that, and I know that's just like a quick drill, in order to kind of play and get him to do fun things there, those are the kinds of things I have a hard time like coming up with ideas, because like what are we really gonna do that isn't gonna like throw him off. Like I've actually done with some kids at work, I've brought in like a suitcase full of clothing, and some kids love to like get dressed up in oversized clothing, and we'll talk about the clothing parts and we'll categorize, and they'll layer a bunch of clothing and then they'll take it all off. I think that would freak Max out, to be honest. I think that's a fun thing for him to do. So like for him, I do struggle to come up with, okay, well, how can we practice and make it fun and not just have this be like a drill and a repeat after me kind of thing. So I was thinking, one thing that, I always say, and I've probably said this many times in other videos, is you can always just take a Matchbox car and lay out a bunch of things. Like if it's clothing, you would have to lay it out and just have him drive the car to the correct one. So you might, after you get your data, and I know that the data is expressive, so he's naming the parts, but just because that's how we're collecting the data doesn't mean that's how he has to practice it. Like he could practice it receptively, which is more like find the one. So you could lay out a shirt, a pair of pants, and I don't care, you could put out a blanket, whatever. And then be like, okay, Max, I want you to drive the Matchbox car to the neck hole. And so then he's got to drive it to the shirt, and not just the shirt, but the part of the shirt with the neck hole. Then, okay, Max, drive the Matchbox car to the clothing with legs. And then he's got to drive to the pants, and drive the Matchbox car to the sleeves. And maybe he has to do that. And even, let's say he's not into that, so he doesn't want to do the Matchbox car, he can do a bunch of movements. Max, hop to the one, or Max, he can, like, so right behind me are those dino feet slippers. He can put those on, and you can have him stomp on the neck hole, stomp on the sleeves, stomp on the legs. And then if you're doing furniture, he can stomp over to the one if he's got the dino feet. Or let's just say you're standing in the room, Max, drive the Matchbox car over to the hinges, which obviously are on the door. And so then he would do that, and then I would have him say it. Amazing job, Max, you drove the car to the hinges. Where did you drive the car? And then hopefully he'll say, to the hinges. And then hopefully that will help the expressive component. And then he can just play like that for a little bit. So I was thinking the dino feet. Oh, so the dino feet, the magic wand. So a lot of the stuff that we did down here for the sight words, he can do up there when he's doing parts of things. So even if he's in the kitchen and he's doing parts of the appliances, and we want to make sure that, when you're playing, when he's got the magic wand and he's shining it on all the handles, and then he's shining it on all the doors of things, that we are verbally reinforcing expressively. That's right, Max. You just shined the magic wand on the refrigerator door handle, but don't forget, the oven has a handle, and then you can go over to the oven, and the cabinet door has a handle, and all that stuff. So don't be afraid to just take some time and just be silly and play, and he can spin to things, hop to things, he can shine the magic wand. You can pretend there's a bug, and oh my god, the bug, like even if you cut out a little paper bug, if you draw a quick bug and cut it out and stick it to things, then he can go around with the fly swatter and swat the bug, and then he can tell you where it landed. So where did the bug land? Oh, it landed on the handles, it landed on the door, it landed on the drawers or the hinges or the sleeves of the shirt, or whatever it is. So this video kind of applies to all of the activities where he's got to label the parts of things, because I think he's still struggling with that. So clothing, appliances, and I don't know if there's, I think those are the two things that he's working on right now. So hopefully those are some ideas. And of course, like if you guys have any ideas. One other idea I had, and it's really just for clothes, just to switch it up and get him to do different things and have fun playing and be more flexible with what he's playing. You can even take a couple, I don't care, you can put a pair of pants and a shirt, short sleeve shirt and a long sleeve shirt in the bathtub and maybe pretend they're dirty, like Peppa Pig got mud all over the clothes, and then like you could get a little cup and have him pour water on the different parts. So then, oh my gosh, the neck hole's dirty, Max. You need to pour the water on the neck hole or on the sleeves, and then see if he can do that. And then once he does, then ask him, where did you just pour the water? And hopefully he'll say, on the sleeves or on the legs of the pants, or whatever it is. So that was a lot, and I didn't want to demonstrate all of that in a video, but if you have any questions, just let me know.